All right, we're back. We actually missed last week, so sorry if anyone was actually paying attention, whether we released a podcast or not. My sister Stella, she noticed. I will say I had a dodgy neck and I couldn't travel because I woke up bad and I didn't want to drive in the car to make it worse. But you guys could have definitely done the podcast. So I just said, I'm out today, guys. You guys can take over. But what's the go?
You know why, Millie? Because you're the one that kicks everything off.
But I literally just started with talking to you.
Yeah, but like if there was a leaderboard to who spoke the most, it would be you.
Yeah. There'd be a lot of silent time between me and Koenig.
Right. That's funny because whenever we're on the phone, you always cut me off.
I just feel like that's my chance.
Yeah.
You know, get in there.
Well, on the drive down here, and we're all back today, which is good, but I was thinking about like right now in my life, because I don't know if it's like baby brain, but I keep forgetting stuff so easily, like mid-convo. We're just chatting to Charlie before. He said that he's already told us this info, and I said, I have no idea. Like I'm so forgetful. But then I've been listening to Ed Sheeran, and I love Ed Sheeran, okay? And his first album, and then this song came on, and I was like, oh, this sounds familiar. It was like a little rappy kind of song, and I knew every word to it, and I don't think I've listened to it for like 10 years. How weird is it?
That's what happens with songs. I'll tell you a story. You know me with songs. Like I cannot remember.
You don't remember the words. Like not even the chorus.
Not even my favourite songs. Like no idea. But the song that I did when I was 10 in choir, I remember that word for word. Turn and point, a fork stuck in the road.
Green Day, I'm guessing. Yeah. But like turning point is the first thing you remember.
Yeah, but it's a quiet version. Oh, anyway, the next year.
What bass did you sing in?
I was in the front row and
that's because you're short, but I meant like what tone did you sing in?
I'll tell you the story. I actually didn't sing at all. I lip sung at the front, and then
why?
Because I just didn't want to sing.
But there's probably like 15 other people singing.
No, there was like 30 in the choir. But mum and dad could tell that I was lip singing, and they said, never again, we'll pay you $50 to not do it again next year. So choir came around $50 for not doing it.
Wait, you got paid for not doing it?
Actually, they didn't want to have to come and watch me lip sing at the front.
Every time I hear a story about you, like you actually surprise me, and it shouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
You got paid to not go in the choir. That is gold.
By your own parents.
By my Yeah. You know what? It's like 3 hours. It seriously was 3 hours of their time.
And you just sung one song?
Yeah, it was like the big... were you ever in choir?
Yeah, I was, but I went to Quorma Primary School and everyone was in everything because there was 6 people in my year.
Yeah, but did they bring like all the other
Yeah, no, they
schools?
did.
That's what they had to sit through, and they were like, we're not doing that again.
We did Unwritten.
Oh,
that was like a little harmony.
That repeats itself so much though.
Yeah, and it was like staring at the blank, on one side, and then it was like, but it was good fun. I did get
ever in the choir.
You were?
No.
You got to do it once. The thing about a choir is you don't have to sound good because everyone together, it just sounds a lot better.
Sounds great.
Never went. Actually, I did go into talent class once and I sung and it was so bad. I was in year 2. It was still one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done.
What did you sing?
Fireflies. And every time I hear the song, I'm like, and I played guitar too, and I'm like, every time I hear the song, I've got like flashbacks. PTSD.
Do you have a video of that anywhere?
No, I don't.
Oh, gosh.
No, I don't. Anyway, but speaking of songs, you actually wanted to chat about your favourite song at the moment.
Oh, I'm loving Pete Murray. I forgot how good he is. Pete Murray, yeah. That's
like, do you have a song though?
What is it? So Beautiful or something? I reckon I've listened to it
Seen
5
Better
times.
Days?
No, that one's a bit cliche,
So beautiful.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful. How does it go?
Yeah, don't do that.
Come on, we listened to it 3 times this morning.
Yeah, no, I genuinely don't know the song. I'm not asking for you to embarrass yourself and sing it.
Like I actually just don't know how it goes. I need to hear it.
Kernick, come on.
I can't remember.
Oh. It's pretty much about his ex-girlfriend. I'll tell you this just about his ex-girlfriend that they...
I didn't want to know about like the concept of why he wrote it. I want to know the song.
Well, she thinks she's really hot now and too good for him. And he's just like wants to bring her back down to earth.
Right.
And it's... Yeah.
Kind of like Love Yourself, Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Literally exactly that. And it's... You think
I've
you're
heard
so
the backstory
beautiful.
to this song. That was probably the 4th time.
Oh my God. But you don't remember how the song goes.
I don't know. When you hear a song that you love, something like...
I'll put it on the playlist.
It's really good. Anyway.
Okay. Do you have a favourite at the moment?
I don't know, but Nokia's been going on the...
You've been playing that a lot. Who's calling my phone?
I'm not going to swear, but you say that every single day. Just that one lyric.
Who's calling my
phone? So I think that's
Yeah.
why it's been in my head the whole
Fair.
time.
And it is trending on Instagram at the moment.
I
With
would
the
have
trends
known
at the
still.
moment.
You wouldn't know because you're only on Instagram every now and then on your little safari.
What about you, Millie?
My favourite song at the moment is Just In Case, Morgan Wallen. Okay, so I put on my story the other day and I was like, yeah, we love this song. And when Adam and I love a song, we play the shit out of it. Like there's no in between. It's repeat. It's like, guess what song I'm playing? Like, haha. Yeah. And then it's like until we get sick of it. But we don't know any other way. Anyway, I put it like these stupid stories up the other day. Then we went to a friend's house for dinner and I was actually meant to just put them on my close friends and I put it on. But like I don't really care.
It wasn't too bad.
It's not. It's just I was just singing to the song. You know. Anyway, so that's my favourite. Morgan Wallen is back and he is back into his OG self. He kind of tried to do a little bit rap pop for a little while and it was a little bit weird. But you know what? We all go through those experimental phases. You know, Beyonce, Taylor, but he's back to where he was.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question while we're on singers.
Yeah?
All right. Koenig the other day. Oh, sorry, Koenig.
Oh, no.
She reckons?
No, how about we just play the game?
No, so it was like, you know the game, hear me out. Like, hear me out, he's not that bad. She was trying to say that about...
this game. What's the game?
I don't think you'd like playing it.
This was like group conversation at training the other night. And you explain.
Okay, Koenig's hear me out was Jack Harlow, as in like he's actually good looking. Honestly,
No.
Okay.
He's singing. He's like he might be attractive because of his singing.
That's what I said.
Like, he's not like to look at. But
okay, I've got a would you rather.
Okay,
no, would you rather Morgan Wallen or Jack Harlow?
Morgan Wallen.
Are we talking music?
Looks wise for me, Morgan.
I don't know.
They're both hilarious if you look 5 years ago at them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. He's from Little Tennessee with his little mullet.
Yeah.
Well, who would you choose? Neither. I'm too good for both of them.
No, I like my Italian men.
Oh, far out. Jesus.
All right, let's get into
some footy chat. 2 weeks ago, we spoke about how Charlie said, girls, you need to come up with a new name. And we had a lot of suggestions. So I'm going to go through some of those.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time, people. Like,
you know what was funny?
Very nice.
Yeah, Adam was like looking through them and he goes, people are actually writing suggestions. They actually care.
Thanks, Adam.
Look, some of them I'm not sure, but I will read a few out, but I also wanted to say one thing that was very evident, and Keeley wouldn't know this because she's not really on socials at the moment. Okay, a lot of them are Keeley and others. the Keeley Davis and Friends show. Shit on Keeley show.
Okay.
Keeley's Real Housewives. Ooh. You like that?
What about Keeping Up with Keeley?
Okay. We know that. Actually, is that your burner account? Did you say that? Is that you? But the other ones, The Engine Room. What are you talking about?
That was actually Keely's favourite.
I thought that was funny as.
Oh, so you saw it?
She told me.
Oh, that's the NRL roast. They suggested that one.
I thought it was funny.
What else we got? Footy and Yap podcast. Three's a Crowd podcast. That's Forgotten funny. Keys podcast. Over the Line. Boots and Heels. That's
Over
a
the Line.
Definite no. Sorry. Her Footy podcast. I don't know if we'll do that. After Footy show with Keeley, Koenig and Millie. Run It Up podcast. Best and Fairest. Front Up. Six Again. Chip and Chase. Three Wise Woman.
I like that one.
Oh, there's actually a lot. Women in the Middle. What were we going to go at the start? We were going to go like in the middle or something. So that was our original.
Yeah, something about in the middle.
And then like Toby Rudolph and someone else started one at the same time and it was called In the Middle or something.
They're probably not running now.
I think they did 3 podcasts.
Good name.
So
they're gone.
There you go.
Toby Rudolph.
Thanks, Toby.
Stole our name.
Stole our name.
Can't even use it now. Anyway.
Forward pack, SBS side by side,
I'm pretty
Beyond
sure that
the
was my
Ruck,
auntie.
Grit Girls, League
That's Koenig's
Queens,
auntie, that one.
the female
by
view with Millie and Keeley. No Koenig. Tackling it.
What did I say?
Rock
the
and roll.
Instagram page doesn't say that I'm a host, so
Yeah, we need to
Fix the
update
bio,
it. We do
please.
need to
We
update
do.
it.
We're going to do a big update of the whole thing with the new name. So
Yeah.
I think by next week we'll have it sorted, as in the new name.
Okay, you reckon?
I reckon.
What's
we,
your
we need to
favourite
make a
so
decision. They're all very similar vibe is what I will say. I think
not an
I want to
answer.
get away from
Yeah.
footy. Sorry, I know we are footy, but like we don't need that in our name.
literally a footy podcast.
I know, but we don't need that in our
keeping
name.
up
I
with
reckon.
Keeley. You liked that one,
Yeah,
didn't
you like the keeping up with Keeley.
I mean, I'm not suggesting that,
Keeley
but if you
and
guys
others.
are, if you really like it.
Keeley and Co.
Well, I just think maybe something, smart, like little play on words.
Yeah, I do like little. Well, that's what it is right now.
Mm.
Anyway,
We'll have to have a think.
Yeah.
we'll
Thanks
have to have
for
a
the
think.
suggestions, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Really appreciate those. What's everyone's plans for the weekend? What do you guys got coming up?
We're not going still back to footy. We're just going.
Well, that wasn't about footy. That was just about our name. I thought we were just keep it a bit light until we get into some footy.
Yeah, well,
I don't know, but Keeley, you can drive this thing. Go. What do you want to chat about?
Keeley and Co,
this
come on.
weekend.
Yeah. She's still like, talk about me.
Your time to shine.
My girls are playing in a semi-final.
Ooh,
Semi-final.
Coach Keeley.
Yes.
How
Coach
good.
Keeley podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, it's exciting.
On Sunday.
Sunday, yep.
How exciting.
Against
Who
Uni,
against?
Newcastle.
How good.
Eliminations.
So is that straight to go into the grand final
No.
or there's two semis?
No, we finished right at the bottom of the 8, so
Oh, so it's a top 8.
top 8. I know, bloody extensive
Well, it must
final
be
series.
nice.
They got a bit of fun.
It's actually funny.
Here I was thinking you guys finished top 4 and I'm like, go Keeley.
No, it's literally how the NRL is. It's like 1v2, like a 1v4.
Wow.
like
So
the whole-
like the final's not for another 4 weeks.
well, it's literally 2 days after Origin, 1 or 3 days. So it's very extensive. But no, I'm very proud of my girls. They've been building really good. Like
So
awesome.
good.
Koenig's been helping out heaps now. She's been living
really?
down here. She has. She's
I've gone
been
down
great.
to a couple of training
So
sessions, see the
good.
girls.
I feel like Koenig's role is like her best fit would be like blue shirt. She would be so good.
is a blue shirt.
No. I'm saying like you'd be a middles coach for sure. Like I feel like you're so good. She's so good with the middles. But blue shirt, you both would be great at blue shirt. But it's good fun.
Yeah. And who's your favourite?
You know,
Come
to have
on.
favourites. You can't have favourites.
Everyone has favourites.
Okay, there is one girl.
That was quick.
Her name's TK. You would love her.
TK.
Love her.
Okay. I hope none of the other girls are listening.
Yeah,
That's
no.
great. You were very. I was
No.
trying to fish something out of you.
No, not my favourite, but she's awesome. Love TK.
Nice. TK and position middle.
She's a front rower.
She's a mini Hawley.
I like her already.
She's mini
Already.
Hawley.
Mini Hawley.
Mini
legit.
Hawley.
Wow.
Love her.
Straight from New
I
Zealand.
love
And
Hawley
just, you
too.
know what? She's
Yeah.
from New Zealand, but so humble. Wants to learn, like just a good young girl.
Cute.
Love her.
So good.
Love her. Yeah. What about you? What are you up to this weekend?
I'm just starting actually with Triple M and Dead Set Legends on a
Sick.
Saturday. So we've got like an alternating co-hosting crew. So I'm jumping in with them on Saturday. I've got next Saturday as well, and then just like some random dates.
How long
across.
are you on there for? Like per shift?
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant August, probably before the baby. Dave was like, our manager, he's like, can you do September 13? I'm like, due September 12, so probably not.
Dave,
I know.
Sure, you might be all right for that.
Charlie, how long does the show go for? Thanks, Charlie.
2 hours. Oh, perfect.
10 to 12.
We can listen to the 11 till 12 after
Yeah.
training. We'll check it
Nice.
out.
Give you girls a little shout out.
Oh, you don't need to do that.
Will. Anyway, so it's pretty much all sport. I'll just let you get yourself together, Keeley.
You'll be waiting a while. Oh, God.
It's pretty much about all sport and just a lot of chat, and like there's Maroon on there. I'll tell you what, Maroon's one of my favourites. Do you like Maroon, Charlie?
Actually,
Legend.
I will say, so we've been driving heaps away, like on the way home from training
Yeah.
and stuff. So I've been listening to Triple M. all the time for the games.
Yeah, true.
Oh, so good.
He's so
honestly,
good. I know.
so good.
They're all great.
But yeah, everybody who speaks on there, very good.
Even though I was doing a game the other day and Adam was playing afterwards and he turned the game on, turned the volume down and listened to us on Triple M, and he goes, there were literally 3 or 4 sets that went by and you guys didn't talk about one thing that happened.
I love that though.
I was like, yeah, but I think that the other team were down 20-0. Like, you know, what are you really going to say?
Yeah. It's only when you're driving on you're like, okay, what's happening?
Yeah,
But
exactly. What's the score?
Nah, it's been so good.
So I've got that on Saturday, and then we've got our game changer game. Koenig's got her Port Macquarie crew. I've got my Newcastle crew, and we're playing at half time. We've done this the last 2 years. This will be the 3rd year, and so excited. Like, yeah, it'll be awesome. It's a big 8-minute game at half time, and I tell you what, 2 minutes in they are blowing, and they're just like waiting for the crowd to cheer
20 people on the field
so
too.
20 on each
20
side.
on?
Yeah. Oh, well, like
sick.
we do subs and stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's really exciting.
Oh, good.
They've all been training. We've been running our game changer program for the last 5 weeks, and then they play on
That's
Sunday.
so sick,
Yeah,
guys.
how's your team looking?
Team is looking good. I've had to put some trick plays in there. For you guys beat us last time, even though I was reffing and tried to square it up. but-
Literally,
It's about to be 3-0.
them.
No, you know what?
We're going back to back.
I feel like we do better at training, and then my guys got a little bit gun shy. You know, you guys really absorbed the opportunity of being there, and my guy, I was like, come on, chip and chase, let's go.
Wow.
You know,
That's
so I
hard.
think they'll learn from that.
The experience.
And I'll say, look, you're gonna get one shot, one opportunity at this.
Is that Eminem?
That is
Quoting
That, that actually might make them a little bit more nervous.
So NIB helps sponsor that program, and they have Dylan Alcott as one of their ambassadors, and he's coming in to do our jersey presentation.
That's
so
when is it?
It's on Sunday.
Before the game?
That'll be before the game.
That's so
yeah.
sick. That's awesome.
So that'll be awesome. Really looking forward to that. He's a legend and fits really well.
Okay, so who's your favourite in your team?
In my team, I've got a few. I would have to probably say Tanisha. She's my fave. She is. I would
Straight up.
Sorry. She's been a part of the program from the start. She's so
awesome.
beautiful, so caring, and she's like our team manager. She is in a wheelchair, so she can't run. I was like, I did
She's a
say on the
legend.
weekend, I
She's
was
so
like,
funny.
Tanisha's gonna run the match ball out. She's like, I'm not gonna be running the ball out, and I'm like, very true, Tanisha. Sorry. So she's gonna take the ball out to the middle, and then but she's so good. She's helped
so
organise
funny.
boots for everyone, and it's awesome.
Last year, I don't know if she'll mind me saying this, but last year Ollie did some.
Yeah, she'll love that.
She did some.
Ollie, our media guy from Roosters.
Some video for footage for the game day, and anyway, Tanisha's had a little crush. She's like, She was saying to me, she said, "Ollie's not too bad, eh?"
A little cutie.
So taken man
bless
now.
her.
Yeah. So that's what we've got. Busy. What else you got, Koenig? And you guys have got training on Saturday as well.
Training Saturday, yep.
Yeah, just that. Team, we had our last training last night for Port Macquarie crew. They're looking red hot. They're fired up.
We'll see.
Yeah, a couple of them have fresh boots, so watch out.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Love it. In other footy news, there's also the Super W Grand Final this weekend. Saturday at
I'll
Leichhardt.
be watching that actually. That's what I'm doing. JJ's
Nice.
playing.
Oh, you're going to go watch?
Yes, I'm going to go watch my
Amazing.
second game of Union.
Nice. It's the New South Wales Waratahs and the Queensland Reds. That was always the rivalry. It was always between those two teams back when I was playing, mostly. But in the last couple of years, Fiji, Fijiana, they have been top of the table, but they've knocked them out. Reds knocked them out on the weekend. So,
Nice.
that'll be a good one. I think it's like at 1:30 down at Leichhardt.
2:30 down at North Sydney Oval. Let me take this one,
That's
Mill.
baby brain. Baby brain.
Why did I say? I think I'm thinking of the semi-final. I think it was 1:30 at Leichhardt.
yeah.
I
for
like it
Saturday.
though. If you don't know, make it up.
If you don't know, make it up. You know.
Walk a day in Keeley's shoes.
Thanks though for that.
you do it with enough confidence, nobody has any
Nobody
idea.
questions you unless they know the answer.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But heaps has been going on with rugby league, I feel like, in the
Yes.
women's space.
Yep. Sorry, I thought we'd talk 2 seconds rugby union and back to league now. Let's go.
Enough. No, it is kind of union topic.
Okay.
Portia Woodman.
Yes.
See that news?
Yeah, well, that's still on the rugby front because she got declined from playing for Newcastle. I think she was going to go play there.
Yeah, the NRL declined her.
No, I think rugby declined
No, it was NRL. I read the article.
Oh, I thought it was rugby because she had a contract with rugby.
No, so the NRL's declined Portia Woodman. That's what it said in the article. I hope I'm right. Anyway,
If you don't know, fake it.
I don't know why they would decline
well, that's
her.
the whole issue. That's why everybody's like, why are they declining it? Okay, this is my theory. I'm really talking out my ass here, but this is what I'm thinking.
What's new?
So you only have 24 in your squad. Pretty much every squad uses their 24. Like last year, we only had 18 for round one that were even available. So the fact that if you have one player, she's a World Cup ambassador, so she's going to be away for a period of time there. So if she's definitely going to be away and you're already down to 23, it's really likely they're going to have to pay the cost of a dev player coming in. Or they're going to have to upgrade somebody else's contract, which is going to come out of NRL's pocket.
But can they not just contract her? Like,
they can, but NRL
have already declined her.
Yes.
So even if they are down players and they need her and she's back now, she can't get a contract.
Okay,
Is that how it
correct.
works?
I'll read this out just to make it clear. The 33-year-old who exclusively revealed to the New Zealand Herald last year for her desire to play in the NRLW. Also, I just want to say we did try and get at Roosters halfway through when we had injuries too, but...
Did we try or did we float the name?
I just think we floated the name.
I definitely messaged her.
All right, so that's our recruitment.
I literally definitely messaged her and it was just as they had signed to go over, her and her wife decided to go over to Japan to play and coach. Anyway, had agreed to terms with the Knights last year to make the switch, but the NRL, which runs the women's competition, refused to register the contract because of her ambassador role at the upcoming Women's Rugby World Cup. Yeah, there you go.
I know my stuff.
Nice, Keeley. Look at you reading articles.
But that's what I think it's about. If I was the NRL, I'm like, well, it's going to be, $1,500 to get one girl up for 4 weeks when we're already so fine on squads.
I just think...
I'm not saying I agree with it, but I'm saying I think that's what the NRL are probably thinking.
Yeah.
But it would have been so good for the viewership of the game.
100%.
Like she's one of the biggest names
internationally.
Internationally in women's rugby.
Yeah.
So she'd have a lot of supporters that would tune in.
Yeah.
Would have been good for Newcastle as well.
It'll be interesting to see next year when there's no World Cup, the girls are, if they're not playing sevens or, if they're, I don't know, if there's no big thing on next year, there's no Olympics or anything, whether many of them will come over.
I feel like
even
they've
from Australia.
their contracts up so much now. They used to be a lot more flexible, especially with the young ones. Now they're real tight with all the contracts because of all the...
But even for the girls playing rugby, maybe after this World Cup, if they've been to the last 2 or 3, do you reckon they'll be okay?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think their interest would definitely be...
It would be cool.
More. It'd be awesome.
I would be for it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep.
Okay, I've got my next little topic is you wanted to chat about something about opposed sessions, Keeley?
Okay. No.
See, you don't even you've got these things ready and you're just waiting.
She wrote a list this morning, but
I wrote
nowhere
a list
to be seen.
Where's the list? Maybe just get the list out.
No, I was just going to roll into it naturally.
Okay.
Anyway,
you were just going to wait for some awkward
reminders.
silence to do that?
So I've been seeing, I'm on Facebook. So things been popping up on my Facebook. I've been sending them to Kernick. Anyway, so it's all about college basketball and
She sends me
the
Facebook reels
WNBA.
through Facebook Messenger.
I know. Anyway, it's actually...
And I'm literally downstairs
Well, I'm not going to run down, knock on your door and say, have a look at this. Anyway, it's all about the WNBA and college basketball at the moment, my feed. And I saw this really cool thing that they have male training partners. The WNBA and college basketball do that.
Oh, yeah.
So they bring in 7 guys for the whole season that are really, really good to train against.
Are they playing as well though, college?
Yes, they're playing, but not as high level.
Yeah.
And they've got incentives to do it. So, I read a bit about it. They've been doing that since 1997.
Wow.
That is actually crazy. Anyway, it got me thinking. We do oppose occasionally against the boys, and I would say theirs is obviously more like physical with like body on body, like if you know what I mean. Like they're like
Who basketball?
Yeah, they're like up against each other and stuff.
Plus the height difference, I guess, would be a massive thing.
Yeah. Like, but for us, there's a lot more contact. So anyway, we've all done a pose. Just wanted to get your thoughts on the pose stuff.
Okay, let me just.
I'll
just quickly say what you've just. I'll just wrap up what you've just said for the people that are listening.
One of our best memories from a pose or worse?
I'll just quickly say what you just said. So sometimes when we're in a training camp, or if we're with your NLW club or a New South Wales, they'll bring in whether it's under 20s Bulldogs boys to do an oppose session against, because it's obviously they're a lot better and faster and stronger. So like you're trying to keep up with their pace rather than just
overspeed training.
Yeah. And also if sometimes I know one time at the Broncos for the NLW girls, we did an oppose against the Broncos men's team. So that kind of thing. That's what you're chatting about.
We wouldn't have been able to do the potty last week.
Why.
No, I'm just saying for the people listening, you know, they probably
that
don't
was
get.
not a very good explanation.
That's
anyway,
right.
that's exactly what I was talking about. And we've all done a pose. So I want to know what's your best oppose story. I can start if you like.
Okay, you can kick us off because we'll see where we need to take it.
Okay, well, I feel like this is a very common theme with oppose with girls versus boys. Obviously, it's not full contact, never is, because we're just not as strong. Like, it's a fact. Anyway, this was at club footy at Mounties, probably about 5 years ago, 2019, I reckon.
Taking it back.
But, okay, off the kickoff, this prop, I swear to God, we're versing the under 18s Mounties boys.
Yep.
So, like, we still have a very young team. I was like 19 at the time.
Yep.
There would have been, we're young. Anyway, I'm telling you, I'm bad with height, but I'm going 6'3", guy. Anyway,
okay. Just side note.
Keely's 5'3", so anything over 5'5".
Do you know
I'm 5'4".
Keely tells her mates that we're 6'2"?
I do. What? I do. Because I think it's funny as hell.
Who are your mates that you're telling that to?
She says that's why she looks so small against us.
I do.
6'2".
I go, well, guys, they're fucking 6'2". Like, obviously I'm going to look tiny.
Guys, just a side note.
Okay, we're barely 6. We're not even 6 foot. Yeah, we're literally 5'11" 3/4
centimeters.
I don't
We're
care.
both the same
I
height.
don't care. You're 6'2", and that's all I'm going with. Anyway, this guy,
God.
massive, literally carts
So really
it.
5'9".
Anyway, carts it from the back fence, and I'm like, okay, surely he's powering down here. Anyway, literally elbows me straight in the head, and I lose my shit. I'm like screaming at him, like I pull back flat on my back, and I get up. Oh, it was so bad. I'm screaming at him like, you fucking idiot.
I think like, okay.
Wait, there's more that goes on to it.
Sorry.
All right, I get up, go back into the line. I'm still yelling at him in the line like, you fucking showing off. Anyway, Mimes, they score straight away. Mimes gets us in the huddle and she goes, fuck these boys. If they want to run 100%, we're tackling. Sorry. Stuff these boys. If they want to run 100%, we're tackling 100%. I go, no, I'm not doing that. What? And I walked off. I'm like, I'm not tackling these boys 100%. I'm going to get a bloody broken jaw, concussion. Yeah. Like, they put one forearm up and I'm done.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she was going 100. She was chopping them.
Oh,
they were
my
making
God,
line
that
breaks.
is so Mimes.
It is so Mimes. And that's how the girls were in my team. They're all like, yeah, let's go Mimes, 100%, we're going in. I'm like, I didn't sign up to verse boys. Like, I'm not doing that. So anyway, I walked off, but they were going 100% proper, no power down, no stop of the leg drive.
Sounds horrible.
It was actually my worst nightmare. Yeah. I couldn't have got off that field quicker. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my memorable story.
Definitely
kind of scarred me.
onto it. Yeah. Whenever we have like in the past couple of years, whenever we've had a pose, do you think about that session?
I feel like a pose with the boys always gets like that.
It does.
It always gets like, because clearly I am absolutely hands down saying boys are faster, boys are stronger, they're better at moving the ball at a younger age. Like, yes, we might be the women's New South Wales origin team. This is last year. And then we're playing against under 20s or under 18s, what our flag team.
Yeah.
And yes, they would pump us. Like, there is no denying that. And
like
I think
I remember the origin, we did keep up, but like
the
but like just
contact
the
or anything.
speed is
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, the speed, and then they'll rip the ball like 30 meters, and it's like, okay, yeah, sweet.
We honestly got nothing out of that last year. I was so angry. I've never been so
You were
pissed in
blowing
my
up. You were blowing up.
I'm a severe, like I will blow up in a pose, especially when you get those young boys.
In a pose, you reckon?
Yeah, because they're like, oh, these girls
the
think
time.
they can.
But no, I reckon it's just like, you know, sort of just showing off. Like these young boys, it's so annoying.
That's actually what's funny
But
when they're
there was,
like
3 of them
stepping and stuff.
fully stepping,
There's-
and then when they get told to like slow down, so they just literally like jog
Walk into
into
contact.
There
it.
was
Yeah.
literally 3 of them wearing a pink bib, and when you wear a pink bib, you're injured, so it's no contact, and they're running straight at me. Yeah. I'm going, what
As hard as they get.
I was
What about
angry.
we had one for roosters?
Oh,
like in
yes,
between.
I was gonna talk about that.
In between, like just before the season started. I think
It was
last year.
leading into like round 1
Yeah,
because
because it was in between after the
It was on a
trial, and
Saturday.
he wanted
It
us
was on
to
a
do
Saturday.
something. Yeah, and I think it was the under 18s or under 20s roosters boys.
Oh.
Okay, there was a guy who was genuinely like 6'6".
He would have been
He was
6'6".
massive.
massive
I was
bloke.
up to his hip.
And he didn't really understand the concept. I don't think, and because his team, even all the boys were like, okay,
I
calm
genuinely
down.
reckon he is so big, like he just didn't realise his strength against us. 'cause
That's
they had-
absolutely.
They had
100%.
pads.
They
Which
had
is really
pads.
strange. Never
Anyway,
had
so
pads.
he's running with the pad and like we're running. So it's so we could hit and make that contact.
Yeah.
But lighter.
Yeah.
He has flattened Bunny.
He is flat,
Not flattened.
Bunny Hopawade, like she's come off the field.
It's like what you see in cartoons when two like people run at each other and then like bounce backwards.
Yeah, one stays still and the other one like just fully gets down.
She's got about 12 siblings. It's
Yeah,
Bunny
she's-
Hopawade, and I've never seen her like ever even slightly hurt. She was on the ground, and you know when you're so hurt, you're like moaning. She was like, oh.
Okay, she's not here to defend herself.
No,
she did well.
No, it was actually true. And then I've sprayed this guy. I've gone, are you?
Get the fuck off.
You know, my fingers in his face like this. Actually like this, looking up at him.
Get off the
I think
field.
he ended up going off the field because
Yeah.
he was like hurting people, and I think there was a couple more people, and I was like, I am not running at him.
so
But
funny.
it definitely gets more heightened as you play, and
Yeah.
like especially if like a girl makes a break, because they're obviously not going 100%. Like they're not going 100%, but then if a girl
Runs a good
makes
line,
a break,
makes a
and-
break.
yeah, exactly. It's like, oh shit, we're on. We can't like let that in. And it's like, yeah, we get it. You're not going 100% because we're pretending, we're simulating what girls would do. Like that's what you're trying to do. You're
Yeah.
here to help us.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't see any of the boys are wanting us to come to training to run again.
Oh, but you know what? When it's good, like when you get a good boys team, and obviously they can get stuff out of it as well. If
Really?
they're- Yes, for sure they
Can
can.
they get out of it?
What?
Okay.
Name.
What you
They're
think?
professional. They're literally not like. What are they getting
the
out
under
of it?
18s are going to get stuff out of it?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe I was talking about the men's team.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying the men's team.
Okay.
I'm saying like under 18s, even 16s.
What do they get out of it?
You don't think opposed does anything for boys?
No. I just think at the intensity that we play at compared to them, it doesn't compare. So
It's
what are they
still
getting
like
out of it?
they
They
can-
would get more out of playing against 18, like half their team. You know what I mean?
Potentially, but sometimes you don't always have 26 at training. So you can definitely practice things that your own team doesn't know. You know what I mean? Like I look at, anyway, my Tasha Gale girls saying we would still get stuff out of versus freaking a 10s team. Not 10s.
10's team. Are you
Keeley, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Charlie, Charlie, get that out of here. They'll be really offended at that.
It's staying in. We actually don't cut anything out of this podcast.
They've got a big semi-final. They can't be hearing me say that. Seriously.
Yeah, okay.
No, what I'm saying is absolutely they can still get it. You don't reckon they'll get anything out of it? If it's done well.
I don't know what, the 10s or...
I'm saying they'll get more, like, we need women at the top of their game. Say we're talking Origin and whatnot.
Yep.
We are going to get something out of playing against an opposed against men, because that's a whole nother level
Yeah,
up.
it's up
so that's,
over speed.
So that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But we're not going to be, they would get just as much, more out of playing against an under 18 boys team.
Yes.
Like opposed.
Yes, but they're not always available.
Yeah, look, if we're the only ones there, 100%. But I just mean if you were to pick.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I'm not sexist by any means. I'm just being realistic
Yeah.
in the fact that, like, boys are stronger and faster and fitter, and they've been playing rugby league for a lot longer. But you know what? Boys can't have babies.
Boys
Well,
can't have babies.
They can't push them out, but they can have children.
They can't.
I would happily not have a baby, honestly. I would want
That's
to be a
not
boy.
the point of the story.
I'm just saying, I would happily swap that.
Yeah, yeah, I get that, but also
Oh, gosh. Anyway.
they can't have babies. That's my point.
Oh, God.
Okay, maybe
What's
it's
next, Keeley, on your list?
Yeah, this is why I don't plan, because it just goes to shit, doesn't it? You don't like my ideas.
No, I do. That's why it's good to have an argument sometimes.
Yeah.
Under 10s.
Charlie, you actually can't put that in.
No,
You're gonna have to
leave it in. Leave it in.
Yeah,
she didn't mean it.
I didn't mean it, girls. She was
joking.
Oh, God.
All right. If you guys haven't got anything else to chat about, I have organised a bit of Alphabucks for you both. So did you want to chat about anything before that?
Keeley, anything?
Koenig, you want to bring something to the table?
I contribute when we were planning.
Yeah. Yeah. Depends on what day we're doing next week, but I might be a new woman, just quickly.
Why?
Started my meds.
Oh, yes.
I was honestly, the thought process there, I'm going, hair,
What's
teeth,
happening?
like, what's happening?
Yes, you're starting your ADHD medication.
Yes, due to start on Wednesday.
Oh, my gosh. How are you feeling about that?
I'm excited. I might actually be able to do a little intro, you know? Not like the last thing that I just did in this.
I'm kind of
making
sad that you'll be doing that for our benefit. Like, I'm sad for our benefit that we won't get.
But you have no idea. I could be so good on these meds.
Fair.
Anyway.
How have you felt about that whole, because we were joking about, you know, Keely's got ADHD, and then you actually did the test and you got diagnosed
I
with
was
it.
never joking. I knew.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but it was like a self-diagnosis.
Right.
So
It
like,
was.
you know, you've also got Munchausen's and things like that. What? Self-diagnosed?
Yes.
You literally spoke about that the other day.
Yes. No,
But
I'm
like
sweet.
you genuinely, yeah.
Well, the only thing that's like, it's very clear that my whole family has it. That's probably the only thing.
100%.
I'm like, Mum, Dad, how did you not know this was really not
Yeah.
normal? And I think about it, I'm like, because they both have it.
Yes.
And then my brothers definitely both have it.
I feel
So,
like
yeah.
it's something that's becoming a lot more common now, like that it's been identified as, and they've got a reason, you know,
Yeah.
they've gone their whole lives not kind of knowing why they were that way. I definitely think Adam has it. Like,
Yeah.
but I feel like if you, there's obviously there's a scale of it, and if you use that energy to like, he gets very fixated on things, and I have to kind of like.
Well, I feel like this is just my observation, coming from somebody with ADHD,
Yeah.
I can really see now people who have
Yeah.
ADHD, I'm like, oh, they've got ADHD.
Yeah, true.
Even like listening to podcasts,
Yeah.
so many podcasters have it. Anyway, can pick them in the first minute.
Right.
Yes.
Interesting.
Anyway, Adam, yeah, definitely.
Sorry, ads.
Definitely.
But I feel like, you know, back in the day, like our parents' generation, I feel like it's almost like dyslexia. I never got diagnosed, and people just wondered, why can I not read properly and write properly, and like, why am I struggling in school? And then like they get diagnosed as a new adult.
Yeah.
And I feel like as a kid, ADHD was something that was like, oh, they're naughty, they've got ADHD. It was so misconcepted with the idea of what it was.
Yeah.
But now so many people I know have it. But like
Crazy.
they use it in a way that to their advantage.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm like, that's the only thing I'm hesitant about, because
Yeah.
I feel like I'm really obsessed with things, mainly like footy.
Yeah.
But like at training, I am really focused on footy,
Yeah.
like really focused, unless it's too much talking. But like majority of the time, I feel like it helps me just with like admin.
Yeah.
Really anything else in my life, it doesn't help me that much.
Yeah.
But for footy or things I'm really interested in, I feel like it's definitely
Yeah.
helpful. So as long as it doesn't take away that.
And you know what? It's the trial. You can trial it, and then if you don't like it, you can just go back to how you were.
Exactly. So if I'm a bit weird next Wednesday or
I
whenever
wonder
we're
how
doing
long
it.
it'll take to kick in.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's instant.
Wow.
It's not like build up. It's like literally.
I can't wait to hear how like your thought pattern after it. If it's like your head's clearer or like,
Oh, I hope so.
and like I've always said, because you know how you always play podcasts really loud on your phone,
Yeah,
and there's like just noise and people talking and it's so loud.
Yep.
And then you'll try and have a conversation with someone over the phone, loudness of a podcast. And I'm like, turn that down. Like, I can't even hear you. My brain is scrambled. And she's like, that's what makes me calm.
Yeah, no, literally, like you saying that, anytime I'm doing absolutely anything, like from the second I get up to the second I go to bed, I have a podcast playing and it like just puts my mind at ease, you know, like just I can concentrate, I can concentrate so much better.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And that's like the opposite to...
Yeah, like if I had to do admin and I didn't have anything playing, I couldn't do it. I'd be like...
Yeah, it's pretty crazy when you put it on, when we do our breathing with our breathing bag and it's
She has the podcast
It's so loud and we're like...
I do.
It's supposed to be quiet.
So heavily, and you know when it gets really hard, like if you do a hard one and you're struggling a little bit, she's got the fucking podcast.
A lot of the time it's actually
so loud.
Bloody the buy round. Bloody hear Charlie talking.
Yeah, and I'm like trying to like concentrate and my head is just all over the place. But
that's
it's so funny.
Interesting.
Anywho.
I can't wait to
we'll see.
hear about it.
We'll see. All right, what do we got? We've got like 2 minutes before Alphabucks.
Okay. So we've got some Alphabucks. So I did radio this morning at Hit 106.9. Jess and Ducko just sometimes I filled in for Adam this morning. But
God, you have so many little side hustles
anyway, and they always do Alphabucks, and I copied one that they did the other week. So if you were listening, not that you would have because it's Newcastle, you would know. But Keeley, before we've even... I said to Keeley this morning on the drive here, I said, I've got Alphabucks for you guys. I'm going to read it and then you guys can do it. Keeley goes, I know what the loser's doing. She's already got a little punishment for the loser, but after it happens, we will say what it is.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Because it's...
are we buzzing in with our name?
No, you just got to say it. So for instance, I'll say, girls, the letter... Okay. Also, I just want to clarify, Keeley... You can't say the same thing twice.
Yes.
Like S, Sunny, a dog's name, Sunny.
Okay, I get it.
A brand, Sunny.
All right.
Yeah, you're bad for
let's
that.
go. Quick game.
So I'm just saying.
Quick game is a good game.
Okay. There's 11 questions. Charlie.
Jeez.
Charlie, can you
cut that down to 5?
No. Charlie, can you please keep note? Okay. And if it's too long.
Go, Charlie.
If it's too long, I'll cut it. I'll just go to the next one. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
What's our letter?
I'm going to tell you.
I'm scared.
Yeah. Alphabucks. Are you girls ready?
Yes.
Okay. The letter is N.
N for Nelly?
Yes, N for Nelly. A country.
Nigeria.
Oh, fuck.
A food.
Nectarine.
That's a good one.
A boy's name.
Nelly.
Neil. That was a tie.
A 4-letter word.
Neil.
Nell.
You both just said the same thing.
Yeah, that's
You both vetoed.
Both didn't count.
Okay,
so
ready?
On one, what are we each? 1-1.
All right. Something sharp.
Knife.
Oh, that starts with a K.
A needle.
Needle. Fuck.
An animal.
Fuck.
A celebrity.
Fuck, I don't know. Neil Armstrong.
Does not count.
What? Okay. Yes, it does.
Okay.
A gaming console.
Nintendo.
A celebrity. I've already said that. Sorry,
wrong.
I've already said that. A brand.
Nike.
Nice. Keeley won.
Woo! Sorry, that was really loud. All right, this is what the winner gets.
Keeley is so good at that.
Animal with an N.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking nocturnal little thing,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I can't say
Oh,
that.
gosh, we'll have to think about it in the car.
Anyway, what I get to do? Am I telling them?
No, you're going to do it and then say the week after.
I'll let you know next week.
Because someone's got to do it. But we don't want it to seem sus. So anyway, thought we'd finish up with a game of Alphabucks.
I'll just say sorry about that, guys. I was very all over the shop today.
Yeah, that's all right.
Anyway, you live and you learn.
Wait till you get your meds.
Yeah, be better next week. I'm not going to wear some bright red pants next week.
Why not? I like them. They're good for Westpac.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Westpac. Always on board sponsoring us.
Thank you, Westpac.
We love you.
Too good.
We need to bring our Westpac new Origin jerseys in.
Yes.
My mum has mine.
Okay, I'll bring some. Anyway, thanks everyone for listening. And we'll be back next week. Sorry we missed last week. And
next week with a new name. All right.
Oh, yeah, we will. All right, we got to go.
Bye.
Out of here. Bye.